So game one ends with the Dodgers ultimately winning at 7-5. But game two is where this series, for me, has kind of flipped on its head. So we get bottom of the first inning, and Mookie Betts gets into one deep to left field. Profar goes back and reaches about 2 or 3 rows back, pulls it back, and then he's like hopping up and down like he didn't catch it, from first glance. And Mookie's rounding the bases, and Profar actually came back with it. So robbed the home run. This then led to some fan interaction. They started throwing balls and throwing stuff at Profar in left field. They had to pull the players off the field for it was a good 8 to 10 minutes.
That was bad.
Yeah, until they got that all situated. And after that half inning, Manny Machado brings them all into the dugout and says something to them. Like it's the first time the announcers were even saying it that you actually saw Manny Machado kind of take a leadership role there and really take charge of the team. And then the Padres come out and just absolutely lay it on the Dodgers. And talking about not pitching to somebody, why do you pitch to Fernando Tatis at Dodger Stadium? He's like Christian Walker status right now. Like, don't pitch to that guy at Dodger Stadium. Don't.
He's like Manny at Tropicana. Just like, don't.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah. So he hit 2 bombs that game. And honestly, I think that whole thing just flipped this series on its head. I would not be surprised if the Padres go back to San Diego and win these next 2.
If I'm the Dodgers, I'm scared. Yamamoto wasn't good. We thankfully won that game because Cease was worse as it came on. Flaherty was not good. Your bullpen's not been good. I mean, you've given up 15 runs in 2 games. You've thankfully won one. And tomorrow you've got Buehler versus King. I mean, if I'm the Dodgers, I don't feel great about where I'm at. I'm looking at that lineup going, please guys, score 10 runs because we don't have the pitching. And if you don't score 10 runs, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we said that. We said that going into the postseason.
Oh yeah, now it's just
right, like,
playing out exactly as we thought.
Yeah, right. I don't think any of us are really surprised. Just real quick though, like at what point do we look at LA Dodger fans and just like they're the Philly scumbags of the West Coast? Because it's like you're throwing stuff on the field. I mean, and how often it's almost like every single time these two teams play, regular season or postseason, there's like massive brawls in the stadium.
Yeah,
like you see it in the parking lots. It's like a regular common occurrence.
Yeah. Well, I think it all
the
started
old days of
when
Red Sox Yankees.
Yeah, when they had to bring out the riot gear. But I think
bring it back.
Right. I think it started obviously with the Profar robbery, and then Flaherty strikes out Machado. And they're barking.
And then was chirping, and they kept chirping later. There was one point where they were chirping a little bit later.
Yeah. Yeah, Manny was out at third, and Flaherty was in the dugout. They're chirping back and forth.
Yeah, right.
This is becoming a really good rivalry. It is heated.
It is.
And they don't like each other. Like, they just generally don't like each other.
Probably like a dumb take that, like, I don't know, whatever, man. If it comes back to bite me, whatever. This might be like a really dumb take, whatever. Look, I get that you paid money for a ticket to be in the stadium. I don't care what that guy does, like, after making an incredible play that he's taunting you. Like, who do you think you are throwing stuff on the field?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that, I don't know. I just think, like, yes, I get it. You paid money. You're there to be entertained, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's insane. Like, just throwing stuff on the field because this guy made a really good play against the team that you root for, and you don't like the way he celebrated it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, back to the baseball part. Back to the baseball part. Dodgers are in trouble.
Yeah,
Dodgers are in trouble.
And if Michael King is just half as good as he was in his last outing in the previous series where he struck out 12.
Yeah, throwing frisbees.
Yeah. I mean, he was.
I mean, this is a way better lineup than what he faced with Atlanta, but still.
Right.
I mean, Walker Buehler's been terrible, not been able to find anything. I mean, the Padres have already hit your best, and they've hit it hard, and now you're throwing Buehler out there, who it feels like is a bit of a sacrificial lamb. Like he's got to go out there and just get some innings in because they got nobody else. I mean, I think the Dodgers are in trouble. Do they have the lineup to survive it? Sure. They can go out and score 10 runs any night.
Can't be comfortable though.
But exactly,
it's an uncomfortable game.
You can't feel good going in knowing you have to do that.
No, but with everything that happened at Dodger Stadium, like I said, I think it's completely shifted the momentum to San Diego. And
sure, I agree.
I would not be surprised if Dodgers go in there and lose too. But
well, you absolutely woke up and pissed off the Padres players. Now it's personal, and those guys are are coming to the ballpark every day, looking to tear your head off. Like that's where we're at.
And that lineup doesn't need help getting going. Like, I mean, that's a good lineup too. Jackson Merrill is an absolute beast. That kid might be one of my new favorite players to watch. That kid is unreal. To come up and make the impact that he's done so far. I mean, that ball he hit for a home run last night, opposite field at Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium's a big park, and he made it look small.
It's no joke.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. That's a poke.
It's the West Coast Comerica.
Yeah, the ball does not travel well out there, and he absolutely hammered it.
Like, that kid's legit. So,
but I will say, like, back to the Dodgers fans' point, Sean, the Dodgers fans are always kind of a joke. They show up in the third inning, leave in the seventh. Like the ballpark is empty at first pitch and empty by the time the game was over, because it was just kind of like something to do and be seen. Where do these fans come from? Like all of a sudden you've got these people that are like showing up early. They're out of control in the bleachers. Like these aren't the typical Dodgers fans we've seen for years. Like where are they coming from?